Thank you for tuning in to the only stations giving you double the information and inspiration, WDRB Media and WGIV, the soul of Charlotte. This is Miss Carmen, your host of Carmen and Cream, and I am back at it this week with my series called The Family Unit. We have been going at this thing for 5 months now. I'm on episode 2 of landscaping and maintaining the household that we built. Last week we started off with Holly Teal with essential oils. If you want to check that out, you can find that on my Facebook for more information regarding her products. And we are doing another Q&A with Crystal today. So thank you for coming back to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I have plenty questions from you guys. From you all. Thank you so much for sharing. It was a lot that came in, so I'm going to kind of do something different and try to extend some things on the YouTube aspect of it. So if you want your question or your answer to be heard, then check it out there for more. We're going to start it off with, how do you and your spouse deal with the dynamics of your child coming into the bedroom at night?
This is something that a lot of families deal with, and so because me and my husband do not have kids, I've reached out to a lot of my friends who do have kids to figure out what's working and what's not working for them. And so the best piece of information that I got was to make sure that the parents are setting boundaries. So one good thing to do, as soon as your child is walking and talking, you can implement this. It is make sure that they understand mommy and daddy's room. You just don't walk into mommy and daddy's room. You always knock, and then you wait for mommy and daddy to give you permission to come into the room. Mm-hmm. Now, this is in the middle of the night. The kids still need to knock. They can come in once you give them permission, but mom or dad need to escort them back to the bed. Mm-hmm. They're not allowed in mommy and daddy's bed because that's mommy and daddy's time, and we need to do adult things between mommy and daddy. So that is the advice that I would give. Make sure that they set boundaries. Make sure they understand this is mommy and daddy's private space, and you have to ask permission to come in mommy and daddy's private space.
And I would take that as it being with any other thing that you're disciplining, that you need to be persistent.
Yes.
You need to make sure that everybody is being consistent, like on a consistent basis, and not changing it up because the child can get confused. You let them come in, come into the bed one night, and then the next night they're going to come back, and then they're going to be confused about this is mommy and daddy's space. Okay.
Yeah, and the parents have to have a united front. They both have to be on the same page and doing the same thing, just like you said.
Yeah, yeah, because I know my boyfriend and I, we're not married yet, but whenever we're having our little time, our little family time, and then we kind of want to do our own thing, and my son wants to interrupt, we try to give him to his grandma. And my son wants to interrupt. We're not having, like intimate time, sexy time, or nothing, anything like that. But, we're, trying to have our own little personal space. And he comes in, and I'm just like, oh, my baby. I'm just like, oh, my baby. And he's like, okay, come on. And then sometimes it's him, too, though. And I'll be like, okay, yeah, you need to go with your grandma. And then he'll be the one, oh, come on. I'm like, oh. So I guess we just have to be on the same page with that. So I guess we'll move on to our next question, which actually ties into this. How do you deal with your spouse getting upset because the kids are coming into the room all of the time?
Yeah. Well, if a spouse is upset, that's very important. Sometimes we get it confused, but the spouse, the boyfriend, the girlfriend, they do come before the kids. So their needs and their feelings, they come before the kids. So if your spouse is getting upset, then it's time to find a resolution. And if they're becoming upset, it's probably because they talked about it over and over again, and you really haven't done anything to correct the problem. So like we said before a few minutes ago, setting those boundaries, letting your spouse know that what you're saying and how they're feeling is important to you. And so letting the children know kind of where the children's place is. This is mommy and daddy's time. So we just need you to go and play by yourself or go with grandma.
Okay. Okay. And I'm glad that you mentioned that about the order of its spouse, then the children, because I had this debate in my group chat one day. We were talking about how to get the children to listen and, you know, just for everybody to be happy and all of that. And two of us were saying, you know, it's you and your spouse and then the children. But then one of the other people were saying, oh no, it's my children come before, which our point was that the spouse comes first, because if everything is okay between you and your spouse, then everything's going to be okay with the children. Right. So it's like it goes from you two on down.
Right. So good.
So that's what I mean. That's kind of the point you were making there, right? Okay. Yes. So the next question. How do I manage between spouse, kids, home, and work? And I know everybody out there has this issue with time management and just getting overwhelmed when you're trying to be mommy, be daddy, and then have this great career, and all of it demands so much time.
Right, so. Right. And you said a good thing at the end. Everything is fighting for your time. Yeah. Everything is fighting for your time. And if you don't set priorities, or if everything is important, then nothing is really important. So for me, I have a calendar. Me and my husband, my family, we work out calendars. Okay, when do we need to have time? This is the date. Nothing can come between it. Nothing can be done during this time. This is me and you time. Work is work. I'm going to do all of my work while I'm at work, and I'm not going to bring it home. We're going to have family time. We're going to go out with the kids this date, but everything has its decided time in place. And you know, I really don't like the word balance. When people say, you know, I don't have balance, I think of it as a rhythm. Like, I can have a lot going on, but if I feel like I'm in rhythm and I'm in flow, then I'm good. Okay. But the moment that I kind of feel like I'm not having my rhythm and I got a lot of wrenches thrown in plans and stuff, then I need to sit down and kind of reevaluate everything. And, you know, there's different seasons in life, so sometimes you can't do everything during a season. You know, sometimes you just have to focus on family, or you just have to focus on work. And so you just kind of have to figure that out as you go. Right.
Yep, because I that's me. That's me right now. I'm just like, So right now, I'm kind of going to focus on family so I can finish potty training my baby, because he just needs to get us. But he's doing great, guys. He's doing very, very well. I'm like, oh my goodness. Now he's telling me too much that he has to go. And it's just like a little bit comes out. I'm like, can you just get it all done in one? But yeah, he's doing a great job. Awesome. So I'm trying to focus on that and make sure he's good on that. And then once he does that, then I'm going to get back into focusing on the career mostly.
Awesome, so that's good.
All right, next, how do you help a family member that is depressed?
Yes, I love this, because my background is truly in mental health. And so depression is not something to play with. And really in the Black community, you know, if you are considered depressed, then it's kind of a stigma that means you're not strong enough. You can't deal with life, you know, but that is completely untrue. Depression is actually a chemical imbalance. That's hereditary, and anybody can be depressed. And actually more people are depressed than not. Some people have seasonal depression. Some people have long-term depression. It just really depends. But I would definitely recommend that friend to have a serious conversation with whoever's depressed and just say, you know, I love you and I want you to get better and I'm here to support you. And you can connect them with mental health services. There's a great search engine to use. It's called psychologytoday.com. And you can go up there and you can look up therapists in your area, depending upon the insurance that they take, what they specialize in. You can see a picture of them, get to know and understand them a little more, and then contact them. Also, many companies have what's called an EAP, an employee assistance program, and this allows employees to go see mental health therapists for free. The company will pay for it as long as you're within the company's network, and it's completely confidential. Also, you can call the crisis mobile unit if you feel like this person is really in danger, and they'll come out to where you are. They'll help the person, or they'll walk you through the next step if it's not a critical incident.
Oh, wow. Okay, great. And how do you deal with a family member that is not contributing to the house as far as paying bills and managing the household?
It depends. If this, and you have to tell me, is this person like a child or an adult? Do you know?
Adults.
It's an adult.
This question was more geared to adults being in the household.
Non-spouse?
Both.
If they are a non-spouse, that joker got it. I don't mean no harm, but that joker, the time is up.
Yeah.
You know, you have to pull your weight, especially if you're not my spouse. I can't take care of you, my spouse and me. So yeah, it's time to have that serious talk. If they can't provide, and I'm not cleaning up after you if you're an adult. If they can clean up after themselves, then they have to find somewhere else to go. I love you, but you have to find somewhere else to go. As far as a spouse, that's a serious conversation that has to be, you know, had. For my husband doesn't clean bathrooms. He hates it. So I know I have to clean bathrooms. I don't do trash. He does the trash. So you have to have that conversation. Is it that they don't know how to do it, or they're just lazy and they don't want to do it? And then you have to decide if this is something that I still want to be a part of. Right. And if not, that joker gotta go too. Right. Everybody has to go.
Yeah, because I got some things, like I do mostly just about everything in the house, but I just don't enjoy doing dishes. I don't want to do dishes. But he likes to do it. I don't know if he likes to do it, but he'll do them. He don't have a problem. So I'm just like, I don't do dishes. And you can do the dishes, I'll do it. Any and everything else.
Right, trade off. Everybody's happy.
But yeah, like you said, like if it's a friend or somebody crashing, we're not married, nothing like that. And I gave you a chance, one chance, and you gotta go.
The joker gotta go. Yes.
And so the next question, so we were talking about I love you, but you got to go. Right. Could you say I love you too soon?
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Because, you know, when you meet somebody and they, you know, are showing you, you know, all these new things and the relationship is new, it's an emotional high. You are on an emotional high. And it's not that you love the person, but you love what they do for you and you love how they make you feel. That is what you love. And we also have to remember that when we get in relationships with people, we bring our representative. So we bring the part of us that we want them to see. And they're doing the same thing too. So the person that you actually are getting to know isn't really the person that they really are. And so you have to wait a little bit. And, you know, you may have to have some hard discussions and go through some situations before you actually get to the real person. And, you know, as women, sometimes we get in a relationship with men and we be like, that joker is crazy. I didn't know he was crazy because he brought the representative, you know. So wait until you've been through some things with that person and had some really good conversations before you say, you know what, I love that person.
Okay. Yeah. Great. And I think we have time for one more. We're getting back to the kids now. And it says, at what age should you start physically disciplining your child?
It depends. You know, I was raised in a household where, you know, it was what it was. And if you're going to get beat, you just go get beat. You know, but things are changed. You know, every county is different. Some counties allow you to whoop your kids and not leave a mark. Some don't. But I definitely would say make sure that you've tried everything before you use corporal punishment, which is what we call whippings. Try to use some reinforcement. Now, there's negative reinforcement, there's positive reinforcement. So positive reinforcement are things that you do to increase the desired behavior that you want. And so negative reinforcement is things that you do to decrease behaviors that you don't want. So you can do like behavior charts. I have hundreds and hundreds of activities that you can email me for or get through Carmen to help you with your children so that, you know, hitting them is the last resort.
Got it. And now, what email?
Oh, you can do Crystal, CRYSTAL, R as in Road, Curry, CURRIE @gmail.com, and I'll send them to you. And you know, we can talk on the phone, and I'll walk you through how to use them.
All right, and then as you know, you can check out my Facebook, Carmen WGIV, and also my Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook page is at Carmen and Cream. All right, and we'll get back to the spouse. Should a woman be mad if her man wants to spend time in his man cave for a weekend?
An entire weekend.
An entire Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. Maybe break for church, but that's about it.
You know, as long as it's not prolonged, like it's not every weekend for a month, 2 or 3 months on end, I think it's fine. As women in a relationship, we have to remember that men are nothing like us. They are not relationship creatures at all. They think about sex, they think about finances, and they think about their jobs. They never think about relationships, and they are fine being in isolation. It's women that have to be around other people and connecting and communicating. And so I think that's fine, but I would encourage women not to create emotional turmoil when their men are doing something that we don't think is right. And so emotional turmoil is kind of like when we just flicking off and just talking about our feelings and being really nagging, because we've been taught, and I did this when I first got married, it's like, you have to listen to how I feel. I have earned the right to say how I feel, and I'm going to tell you how I feel. I'm going to make sure you understand how I feel, and I'm going to keep saying it until I think you got it. Men hate that. It pushes them away. It doesn't attract them to us. And so one thing to do is remember as a woman that we have the power of influence. So like your husband or your boyfriend in a relationship, it's kind of like the president of the United States, which is a very powerful position. But the people who influence the president, you know, like the organizations, the one that give money, they are actually more powerful than the president, because they actually tell the president what to do. So as women, we are the organization behind the president. We set the tone, we set the mood and the attitude for our relationship. And once as a woman we learn how to operate in our power of influence, our men will do absolutely anything that we want them to do.
That's good. That's good. I agree. And I like that. I like that analogy. I like that one. All right. And so how do we determine our financial responsibility? How do we divvy it up? Because that's something, like, I guess if you kind of old school, you be like, okay, the man, you know, my man got to take care of the bills, or whatever. But, you know, everybody's working these days. Everybody's bringing in money. Everybody has something to contribute. So how would we determine our financial responsibility in the house?
Well, first, as a couple, if you are bringing money into the same household, you guys have to have the same financial goal. So you have to have that, you know, conversation first. What is our money going towards? Is it going towards savings? Is it going toward bills? Is it going towards vacation? What is it going towards? And when me and my husband got married, first we tried the whole your account, my account, 40%, 60%, and it just did not work. It was horrible. Source of so many arguments. And so then we moved to, you know what, we're going to get direct deposit. All the checks are going to go into one account, and then we're going to divvy it up from there. So all of our money goes into one account, and then from the account, everything has a percentage. So our tithes and our offerings is a percentage, bills is a percentage, savings is a percentage. You know, we get our own personal allotments every week. That's a percentage. And that has actually worked because, you know, it is a household. We are funding a household. So let's just put it all together and not create division. And that's what you don't want to do in a household, is create division in any way. And it can happen in the smallest ways, such as finances.
Right. Yeah, because that, I mean, I can see how that could be helpful, because that way you don't got to be worried about, so is this really your 60%? Because, you know, you don't have to be worried about, like, what? You know, trying to scope and look, are they keeping any money? Are you putting money in those? So,
it's all going into one account.
That's good. And next question is, how do you get along with and develop a relationship with the in-laws, which a lot of people, it's either hit or miss sometimes. Sometimes it's hit or miss. Like for me, if I were, I'm planning on getting married, so I love my future in-laws, and they love me, so we get along. So I'm like, okay, you don't mess us up because I like them.
Right. We got something good going here.
Yeah. We can't mess this up because I like this. And then the same with my family. So I'm just like, okay, we all love each other. Come on now. So I'm not trying to mess that up.
Yes, you got a good thing.
So yeah. But, you know, some people have a very hard time either initiating the bonding with their in-laws or getting along with their in-laws.
Right.
So how are there some ways that you can kind of develop that? Or?
Yeah. Unfortunately, you know, the in-laws are just like regular people, regular friendships. If you don't click, you just don't click, and you can't force it. And you're going to basically worsen the relationship by trying to force it. You know, I would say still go around, still be respectful, because that is your spouse's parents and you still need to honor them as so. But if there's disrespect on their part, then you and your spouse have to have a conversation that says, you know, we can't go over there anymore because leave and cleave is me and you now. It's me and you. But, you know, if you and your in-laws do not get along, then there's nothing that you can do about it. But still send cards, you know. Just thinking of you, phone calls. Older people like phone calls, not text messages. So phone calls. You can stop by, take them out to lunch. You know, just do little things here and there. And progressively, maybe something will develop, but don't push it. You're still a newbie. You know, you're still new. You're still, you know, kind of adjusting yourself to the family. So just try to let things happen naturally.
Okay, great. And how do you know if someone is being truthful with their intentions?
You just have to assess what they say versus what they do. If they're consistent, some people lie, some people are dishonest, and so I pray for discernment. I pray for God to give me wisdom. Let me know. Don't let me be a fool. I don't want to be foolish. Let me know if anybody's around me that wants to harm me or do harm to anybody connected to me. So that's what I would encourage, to pray about it. But then also just look at people's actions and what they don't say and what they don't do. That's always important too.
Yeah. And then I would agree too, because I always pray for discernment with all my decisions, all the people that I keep around me and everything. And then also, like my pastor was saying on Sunday, then if you want to know the person, then know the fruit.
Yes, that's good.
Right. So what are some things? Is this person always got something going on? It's always, you know. So it's just like you can take a look at what is being produced out of their life. So you can get to know what kind of person that they are. Because if they're doing good things, great things, then their fruit is going to be good. If their fruit is going to be great. If not, then it's just going to be always something that's just like...
always something.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, it ain't always everybody else. It's you. It's you.
Exactly. That's like, because, you know, we all know that one person that every single time is something. I'm like, it's not the store you go to all the time, because it can't always be something going on with you if it's the store. It's not going to happen to the same person. It's going to happen to everybody, and it's going to be evenly dispersed. It's not going to be every single time I come here. And I'm like, yeah, every time you come here.
It's you.
So yeah, I like that. That's good. So the next question is, what are people ages 26 through 30 in that age range typically looking for in a relationship?
I would say stability. Somebody that's stable. You know, between like 18 and 23, I partied it up, you know, and most people do. You out, you having fun, you got your independence, can do whatever, be with whoever. But, you know, as you get closer to 25 and you cross over 25, you start becoming more settled. And so people in that age range, 26 through 30, are looking for people who are settled, established, they have some goals, and they're actually working towards it. They're very positive minded. They want more out of life. Maybe they're traveling. They're solid in their faith, whatever that is. They have their own property. So whether it's an apartment, a house, a car, and they have a good source of income.
Yeah, because I think, like you said, once you hit 25, then it's kind of like, okay, I'm mid-20s now, official mark, mid-20s, and then once you cross over to 26, you're like, okay, and it's just a difference. It's a big difference. And I noticed that because I have younger siblings, and so like we're not very far apart in age. We're like 4 years, 5 years apart in age, but it's just like, wow, it's a huge difference from me being 28 and them. So it's just like, oh my gosh, this is something clicks. Yeah. And then you're like, okay, well, you know, I don't want to be doing that anymore.
Right, it's not fun anymore.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. Your body, believe it or not, the difference between your body, between 21 and 26, and on up, then you're just like, wow.
I want to go to bed.
Right. You can't do it. You can't do it. You try to pull an all-nighter for anything. It's just like, I can't do it anymore. So, just the physical part of it.
That's real good.
It has to do with it, too. Because you're just like, oh, I just can't do it. I don't know if it's all of what you did between 18 and 24, like you said, or 23. I don't know if that caught up or what. But you definitely cannot do it. No. Yeah, your body says no. So it's just like something clicks over, and then you're just like, okay. Yeah. And I think we're all, from my experience, we're all, you know, basically in the same place, looking for the same things.
Right.
And I don't know, but for the women, I guess we're more, I want to find my husband, or I want to, you know, be available for my husband whenever he comes around. Yeah. That's what I did. I was like, where's my husband at? Where are you? I'm out and about. I'm looking cute. Yeah. Like, just make sure, I always say, let me look cute so he can be sure.
Right,
when
just in case.
Me, he can be sure.
Just in case we come across each other. Yeah.
Right. I'm like, he can be sure when he sees me. Like, yeah, that's my wife right there. So, I think, I don't know, we're kind of more on that mind as women, and I think men are kind of more, I need to be in my career. This is my job. I need to be, you know, on my career path and deep in that. And I think, but as far as those go, then I basically, from my experience, I've seen that everybody's usually on the same page around that age, so there shouldn't be any confusion. No. So what are people looking for in a relationship? I guess just because if you didn't find your husband or wife, or your career isn't going well, then you may feel like, oh well, maybe I'm off.
Well, got you. Yeah.
I guess that may, I don't know if that's where that question came from or what that person was thinking about when they asked that question, but I could see that question being sparked, like, am I looking for the wrong thing right now? Yeah. Am I looking for a relationship when I shouldn't be looking for a relationship yet? Or whatever in that age range. But that's a good age range.
It is a very good age range. Prime.
Yeah, and then 30. Like, I'm ready to be 30. Like, I'm so over 20s right now, y'all. I am so over 20s. I'll be 29 this year, and I'm like, dang, can I just... But I'm 30. I'm over the 20s because I feel old now. I'm like, I feel older than y'all. Got myself together. Let me be 30.
Let me sit in my 30s. Yeah.
Right. Let me be 30. But so that's good. I think that will close all of the questions that I had. I'm trying to think of can I remember a question that I had that I don't think so. I can't remember. So sorry. So sorry, I can't remember, y'all. But I think we may just focus on one thing next time.
All right.
I think so. We can have a whole show just focus on one question, one topic.
Let's do that.
And do that. I think that'll be good. So we can get in there.
We're gonna go deep.
But so I have one more week left in the family unit, so stay tuned. I know y'all been with me these whole 6 months. It's been really a learning experience all around for me, and I hope it has been for you as well. And just let me know, give me any feedback if anything has helped you, or if you have any suggestions or what we should go on to next, because I haven't decided about what I wanted to do next. I was thinking maybe do a less than 6 month, maybe a 3-month thing next time, so we can kind of wrap it up quickly. But just let me know. Hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Go on my YouTube. You can comment there as well. And Crystal, what is your email address?
Crystal, Crystal, R as in road, Curry, Currie, no dots, no spaces, @gmail.com.
All right. Well, I will chit chat with you all next week. Thank you so much for tuning in to WGIV, and thank you, Crystal, for coming back.
Thank you for having me again.